I don't know how to put it, but it was 100% unnecessary. In capital letters, unnecessary. What happened? Hello movie lovers, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Anita Pius right here, and I'm welcoming you to my first movie review video. Yes, and today we're going to be diving into the brilliant mind and world of Zack's Rebel Moon. Yeah, 1 and 2. So Rebel Moon takes us to a distant colony ruled by the tyrannical Balisieros. When his rule threatens a peaceful community of farmers, a retired soldier named Kora, played by Sofia Boutella, and the crew that she finds along the way, they go on and try to stop him. While they're doing this, trying to stop the tyrannical Balisieros and put an end to his forces, alliances are tested, strength tested, sacrifices are made for a better future. Now, this movie is really interesting, from the space battles to the epic adventures, the epic battles, the action. It's really entertaining. It's wonderful. This movie is somewhat familiar and somewhat fresh. You know, it's like a story we've seen before. It's like a story we've seen in so many movies, but it's coming with a fresher dimension. It's coming from a different perspective. So I'll say 50-50, 50% fresh, 50% familiar. And I'm sure you're going to agree with me on that. This movie explores the themes of resistance, sacrifice, and the power of hope through overwhelming odds. And I think it resonates with the audience. I'm sure the audience can relate to it because the emotions that it carries, it's powerful. So I've heard people compare this movie, Rebel Moon, to Dune. Dune it's great on its own. It's an amazing story. It's beautiful. Great action, by the way. But I think for me, Dune was kind of slow. It's kind of slow compared to Rebel Moon. You understand the progression? It was kind of very slow, but it was good. I'd choose Rebel Moon over Dune. Yeah, I will do that. Rebel Moon had amazing action. It was action-packed. It was action-filled. It was beautiful. The characters, they executed their role so well. I think I connected more with Gunnar because I loved his character a whole lot. It wasn't portrayed as strong. I don't mean strength, like physical strength and all that. I mean character-wise, his character wasn't portrayed as strong in the beginning, but then it gradually portrayed him as one of the most important people in the movie. Although I didn't like the way they put him in the poster. They made him very small. I did not like it. Because in the beginning, just like in the poster, you think, oh, maybe his character doesn't have so much to offer.
Let's have some music. Some music to get us in the mood.
When you start watching it and you start going through part 1 and 2, he really played a very great role. I really liked him. But in the way you're thinking, I loved his character and his acting. As it progressed, you see that Gunnar really played a huge role in the movie. He was like the pillar. At the point where he saved their lives in part 1, at the end, where Atticus Noble captured them. After that stupid Kai betrayed them. So when he captured them, and Kai was like, Gunnar should, paralyze them, I knew that they were going to escape, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how Kora and her group were going to escape. I was thinking maybe they'll take them on the ship and then something is going to happen. I didn't see the fact that, I know maybe it's petty, it's small, but I didn't really see the fact that Gunnar was actually going to release them by turning the key. And I love the part where they actually thanked him. Some movies would have just gone on. They wouldn't have emphasized or stressed the part. I wholeheartedly love the way they stressed it, that they gave them room to thank Ghana for saving their lives, because yeah, maybe saved their lives. He saved their lives. Their lives were literally in his hands. So I love that part. But I didn't like what they did to Ghana. It really broke my heart. I mean, after everything, we followed you through part 1 and 2, and you were becoming a sweetheart. In fact, you became a sweetheart. They just did that to you. It's not fair. It's really not fair. But they'll say it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Now, what I did not like about Rebel Moon is the slow-mo. What happened? I felt the slow-mo was, I don't know how to put it, but it was 100% unnecessary. In capital letters, unnecessary.
So at the age of 18, I was made an officer and given a command.
What happened? You'll be watching movies, and this is one reason why I love watching movies from the house. I don't really like going to the cinemas. I love streaming them on the platforms where they are. Cinemas are not boring. They're fun when you have, people you went out with to watch the movie. But when you're in your house and you're streaming from a platform, you have the advantage and the privilege to fast forward the parts that you don't want to be there, and you also have the privilege to rewatch a perfect scene as many times as you want to. I know how many times I watched a particular scene in Rebel Moon. Multiple times. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4, not that much. That is the advantage. You can stay in your house, and the parts that you don't want, you skip it immediately. And that was how I was skipping the slow-mos. I knew that I missed the tiny bits of details in the movie, because they were actually detailed. I give it to them. But that does not mean I will not skip the slow-mo. I will. It was unnecessarily too much, and it was annoying, and it was giving me headaches. Serious headaches. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't like slow-mos. I am a fan of slow-mos, but do them in moderation. When I write, I love to infuse a little bit of slow-mos, in some parts that are going to make sense. So while it's not without flaws, the movie definitely is breathtaking, and it leaves you with a little bit of anticipation as to what's going to happen next. As they have killed some of the stars we liked in the movie, but it's good. For me, I think I would give it a solid 7 over 10. Yeah, 7 over 10. If you think that there are things that I left out, or there are things that you would like to add, or there are things that you think I was wrong about, you think I was right about, please leave them in the comment section so we can interact. And while you are at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until our next movie review. Bye.